Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and like this video if you did not do that already. So today I'm just going to be showing y'all a super duper simple recipe for how I made some jerk chickpea burgers. You can make this recipe with any type of bean or legume. You can make lentil burgers, you can make black bean burgers, but I did chickpea burgers. So let's just get right into it. I started off by cutting up some white onions, some garlic clove, and I actually added in some green bell peppers, which you will see later. I forgot to add them in this first little batch, but I'm adding the garlic and the onions with some cooked chickpeas and a little bit of quinoa all to a food processor to make my chickpea meat thing. So I am using some authentic jerk sauce and jerk seasoning that I got when I was in Jamaica last week. So it's the real deal. And I'm just going to load everything into my food processor. So my food processor is actually really small. So I had to break my total amount, and all the measurements for everything will be in the description box. But I had to break mine up into about 3 different sections because I didn't have a food processor big enough to handle everything at once. But yeah, it's super simple, guys. Like, just add your chickpeas or your black beans or lentils, whatever you want to use, with your quinoa, your onions, your garlic, your bell pepper, or any other veggies you want to use. You can add mushrooms and whatever seasonings. Like, it's up to you. Like, you can really make this burger your own. I'm just giving you the blueprint for how to make it. Just add all of it to your food processor, blend it up, and we'll get to the mixing process later. But yeah, you just throw it in the food processor. And once it's done blending, you want to transfer it to a larger bowl where you have better mixing space. So yeah, like I said earlier, I forgot to add my bell peppers into my first little batch. So I'm just showing y'all the process of me adding it in so you can see that you're just going to throw everything into your food processor. Everything. If you don't have a food processor, you could use a blender, but I would say be careful to watch it and try to pulse it instead of blending it, especially if it's a high power blender, because you don't want to make it too watery. You know, like, you making these into burger patties, so it has to have some type of thickness to it. So once I finish all the individual batches of mixing everything together in my food processor, I'm seasoning it again. So I use jerk seasoning, I use garlic powder, and I also use a little bit of cumin. I would recommend adding some smoked paprika and some onion powder as well, but I did not have any, so I did not use it. But again, use whatever seasoning you like really make it yours. So after that, I added in a little bit of spring water and some chickpea flour. So these two things are going to be necessary to help you form your burger patties. So I just started off mixing it with a spoon, but you're ultimately going to have to use your hands so that you can tell when the mixture is sticky enough to form your patties. You can see here, like, it was still kind of loose. You see how it's not sticking in my hands? I could tell it wasn't sticky enough, so I added more chickpea flour. So there will not be a measurement for chickpea flour because that is relative to how your mixture feels at the moment. But once you add it in, just mix it up with your hands, and you'll be able to tell when it starts getting sticky. Like, just watch how the consistency changes as I mix this additional chickpea flour in. So around this point was when I could tell that it was sticky enough to start forming my burger patties. So that's what I did. I just started making my burger patties. So I just took a handful of it, rolled it into a sphere or a ball first. And then I took both of my hands and did like a big clap type motion to flatten it. And that was my patty. So in the meantime, while I was mixing my mixture into my patties and forming them, I had a skillet heated on the stove with some grapeseed oil, and I just sauteed them, flipped them, and till they were done. Now, I like my burgers really flat, so mine started separating because I kept pressing them down so hard. But, you know, that's a personal preference. But yeah, after that, I just decorated my burger. So I added my jerk sauce to both sides of my patty. I topped it with some massaged kale and some heirloom tomatoes that I got from my local farm and some hamburger buns. Now, I will say the next day when I made my burger patties, I did add some vegan mayo to my buns. But again, do what you want. It's your life. And yeah, whatever patties you don't make, you can refrigerate them or you can freeze them long term. And when you're ready to eat them, just saute them and decorate them however you want to decorate them. So yeah, super simple recipe for some chickpea burgers, but it could also be lentil burgers if you like. It could be black bean burgers if you like. It could be whatever you want it to be because it's your world and it's your life. So if you like this video, make sure you like this video and hit the subscribe button. And if you tried it, let me know how you like it in the comments. Don't forget to check the description box for the links to my Volume 1 and Volume 2 Plant-Based Eating for Beginners ebooks. They have great tips for anybody looking to go plant-based or just eat less meat.